Hey YouTube, you might notice everything looks different, but kind of the same, like that. This video on a whim. I'd been having, gotta do my laundry, having the troubles with, I don't even know what to say right now. I can't form sentences. Instability problems with my PC, my main PC that I've had for 5 years. And it would happen only, surprisingly, during, well, up until a couple days ago, only during two-dimensional graphic intensive stuff was happening on the screen, such as full motion video, especially high definition. It's been going on for a couple months now, and it will literally just freeze, audio glitches out, and then I have to reboot it. And then 1 out of every 10 times it does that, it'll actually blue screen. 1 out of every like 20 times it does it, it'll actually just restart. And so I thought initially that it was going to be an expensive fix of replacing this video card, which is kind of old by now, but I still spent a couple $100s on it back in the day, and it runs everything that I want to just fine so far. Make that vertical. So I didn't want to have to replace that, nor can I even remotely afford to replace that. So I was thinking today, after working on another project, about how many capacitors I've replaced on various things within the past year. And then it hit me, why don't I check this out? Actually, why don't I check this out? So I'm looking at this, and it's got these metal, right there, covered capacitors. They're really hard to tell if they're popped, unless they're larger, and then they do have the little indentation in the top that allows them to expand when they fail. But I didn't see anything on there worth poking at. So well, the computer was down there. Put my lamp down there, took off the side of the case, and lo and behold, let's see if I can do this without shorting anything out. I see this guy right here where my thumb is. There's a big load of electrolytic crap leaking out the top of it. Now, I've actually never seen a capacitor that had leaked that much. I know I've seen them on the internet or whatever, but never in real life. So I was like, oh, well, that's definitely something. And then, of course, the card itself was covering up these two slots, so I missed this one, and this one has actually popped too. So I've got 3 capacitors, and they're all within the PCI Express area, so that concludes for me that they have something to do with PCI Express card, and thus the video problems, video related lockups must be because of those capacitors. So I'm going to head over to the Radio Shack, because it's too late for the other stores to be open, just to see if they actually have stuff for me that will fit in here. I doubt it. I need these two are 1500 microfarad 6.3 volt, and this one's a 2700, I think, 6.3 volt. Excuse me? I'm sick. Anyway, now there's dust in the air because I just opened my computer. Everything else looks to be fine, so I'm not going to do a full cap replacement because I don't want to, and I want to get this to work now. So I can watch YouTube videos on my PC instead of on my laptop. So yeah, I will make a jump cut when I'm back. In fact, I think I'm just going to go to my parents' house because I still have a bunch of electronic scrap there that I might be able to salvage some good caps off of, just to get me by until I can order some nice ones off of the internet or whatever. Or not. Maybe I'll just leave the shitty ones in here and I'll upgrade before they explode. Anyway, back in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm back. It's actually the next day, so that was one of the longest jump cuts in the history of jump cuts. Because I put the computer together and forgot to make the follow-up video because I was kind of excited and wanted to test it out. Story of my life. But anyway, I will show you my temporary fix for now. If I can. See, a good YouTuber would have unplugged all this stuff beforehand instead of just starting a video and then doing it in front of you. 3, 2, 1, set the camera down to get the video card out. That's out. I'm not wearing any pants. Just thought I'd mention that. So I've replaced this capacitor right here, and obviously these two. The temporary capacitors I put in, which may turn into permanent capacitors if I get super lazy, because I'm lazy. These are too tall. The original ones are these short ones, which are only about 1 centimeter tall. And then these are almost twice that, I think. And they're just, you know, too tall for me to still be able to put this big lunkin card in there without it interfering. So I just wired them off the board, and they're technically flopping around here, but they're not going to go anywhere. I don't move this computer ever. I think I'm going to take this piece of plastic off of here because it's looking kind of gross. And I'm getting text messages. Yeah, that's about it. Sorry, I'm really tired and groggy and sick today. That's not good. I need to eventually put some new thermal paste on here. This giant heatsink. I need to replace this fan because it's missing a blade. I don't remember when that happened. It's not that big of a deal. I'm sure it's not spinning at the right speed and stuff like that, but it's not vibrating too much. But yeah, I took it, actually had a schoolboy mistake, which I need to fix right now, and that is I didn't put in any of the screws to hold the motherboard down. I had a bit of a crisis last night thinking about that. I was about to go to sleep and I was like, wait a second, I totally forgot to put screws in there. But I watched a bunch of videos. I put a movie on, an HD movie on, and left it running when I had to leave the house last night, and it didn't lock up at all, so as I expected, that was the problem, I'm sure. So sorry for the boring video, especially this second part of it, because I'm groggy and disgusting and not wearing pants, and I keep getting text messages, and I apologize. I should have shut my phone off, and I forgot to put screws in my motherboard, and I didn't buy the right capacitors that fit in here, so I hardwired them with wires off on the side. Anyway, thanks for watching, and sorry it's been a long time since I made a video. Maybe I'll do more soon. I've been doing projects for other people, and I'll try and start doing videos about that sort of stuff, side projects and things like that. So anyway, have a good one, and that's it. Bye.